Hi, I'm Paul Ford, a financial planner at Close Brothers Asset Management, and I head up the employee benefits team. Now, over the past few weeks, I've had several conversations with concerned and understandably concerned employers about how the pandemic affects their responsibilities as far as their employee benefits package is concerned. Now, particularly with pensions, there are some recurring themes, and I thought that I would share some of these with you. The first question that I typically get asked is, do I still need to automatically enrol staff into my workplace pension scheme? Now, as things stand, the stance from the pensions regulator is that everything stays exactly the same as it did, which is that if you have staff who are aged over 22, who are aged under state pension age, and who earn at least £10,000 a year, they must be automatically enrolled into your qualifying workplace pension scheme. The second question I typically get asked is, can I cease making employer contributions into my workplace scheme? Now, in short, the answer is no. The only circumstance where this is potentially allowed is if an employee makes a personal decision to put their contributions on hold. Now, if that's the case, an employer typically has no obligation to maintain the company contributions, but I strongly recommend that you take a double check of the employee's contract before taking this particular action. Now, of course, the existing rule still stands that you can't advertise or incentivize staff to opt out of the workplace pension scheme. The next question that I've been asked a lot over the past few weeks is about furlough. And typically an employer will ask me, I furloughed my staff. What do I do as far as my pension's concerned? Now, this is a new situation and a confusing one at that. Now, what I'll say is that the government will not cover any employer contributions above the statutory qualifying minimum rate. Now, the government defines this as 3% of qualifying earnings. Now, that is everything someone earns between £520 and £4,167 per month. The government will cover 3% of that particular banding as far as pensions are concerned. Now, the slight tweak to the rules is that where an employer is paying above the minimum rate of 3%, it can choose to reduce this down to the minimum level without consultation, and the pensions regulator will not take any enforcement action. Now, do beware that this only relates to those staff that you put on furlough. Any non-furloughed staff, pension contributions continue as normal. Now, moving on to employee insurance policies, that is your income protection scheme, group life, your private medical scheme, critical illness. Now, the obvious advice here is to ensure that you keep your premiums up to date. Everyone wants to have that comfort that should there be a need for a claim, that it will be handled swiftly and efficiently by your insurer without issue. Now, one of the unique circumstances that has arisen is that because of coronavirus, a number of insurers have now added enhancement to their policies to aid employees in what is undoubtedly an incredibly stressful time for everyone. Now, one of the things that I particularly like is the fact that for some company schemes now, there's this facility where if an employee wants to book themselves a GP appointment, rather than go down the route of trying to contact their own GP, which now is incredibly difficult, you can use, in some circumstances, an online facility and have an online face-to-face appointment with a registered GP. Some employers may also have an employee assistance program. Now, this is particularly useful for those staff who might have issues as far as legal concerns, financial concerns, family concerns. These policies are incredibly useful, and you may well find that they actually form part of your existing schemes that sit alongside your group life and income protection plan. Worthwhile you checking this out. Finally, I think the main point I would raise is that when it comes to employee benefits, communication is key. Those employers that stand out and are valued by their staff are those companies who actually go the extra mile, who get details to hand of all the readily available benefits within their scheme and communicate those effectively to their staff. I do hope this helps. Thanks and stay safe.